Hello, hello. My name is Jamie Cohn, and I'm so excited to share some more information about something that is really near and dear to my heart, and that I am very, very passionate about when it comes to the beauty industry. So, I want to tell you a little bit about myself, and then I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and dive into the good stuff. Like I said, my name's Jamie. I'm a born and raised Jersey girl. I am married to my high school sweetheart. I am creeping up on 50. I can't even believe it. I have four kids. They run the gamut from 23 all the way down to 14 years old. I have worked in the beauty industry for over 3 decades. So, for over 30 years, I have worked within this space. I have worked as a professional makeup artist. I have worked in product development, marketing, sales, all of the things that you can think of. And I am a self-proclaimed beauty junkie. I love products. I love good products. I love trying new things. But most importantly, I love being able to bring the best of the best to my clients. I pride myself and operate with a ton of integrity. If I don't believe in it, if I don't use it, I do not share it with my clients or with my audience. And that is how I came across this company called Neora. I was noticing this trend. They kept popping up on my social media. And I noticed that there was this concept that was kind of like, huh, how have I never heard of this before? What is this? Has this something that is new? Like how do I not know what this is? And it was a needle-free filler. And I was like, huh, this got my attention. And so I started looking into this company because there's some things that are important to me when it comes to products, when it comes to brands that I'm going to align myself with. Number one, I really am interested in products that are highly innovative and very, very cutting edge. In this space, if you are not ahead of the trends, you're constantly playing catching up. And so for me, I wanted products that were innovative. I wanted products that could do multiple things at one time, right? I don't want to use one thing and it only does one thing for my skin. I want multiple benefits if I'm bringing in a high-end product or a low-end product, if I'm being honest with you. And then I really appreciate products that play nice with others. In my experience, I come across a lot of clients who are diehards for what they're using. And as somebody who has operated and operates in sales, I want my clients to be diehards for the products that I'm offering and sharing to them. And so when I find a product that stands alone on its own, has a really great product, but also plays nice with others, and it encompasses that technology and innovation that I talked about earlier, I know that there's going to be no competing, right? Because I'm introducing a product that they're not able to get anywhere else that is doing something that their other products aren't doing, and it's going to give them better results. I love when I find a solid standalone product that fits for the like product junkie guru like me, where it's bringing a ton of value for me, but also serves the beginner, serves that person who maybe they're not like me. I mean, I've never gone to bed without washing my face my entire life. I'm not kidding when I say that. But not everybody's like me. There are some people that are just using a bar of soap to wash their face, but they're noticing some changes and they're ready to introduce products. And giving them a 10-step regimen is incredibly overwhelming. And if it's overwhelming, they're not going to use it. And I have learned that with experience. And so when I came across Neora, there were some things that really, really stood out to me. That technology. That product technology was wild. The patented ingredients, the science, the peptides, the plant extracts, all of these different things that were coming from nature, which is really important, but backed by science, made a big difference for me because science doesn't lie, right? Ultra clean formulations. That matters to me. I am in the throes of menopause, perimenopause, whatever. I find that the older I get, the more important this is for me. What you put on your body is just as important what you put in your body. And so integrity in those clean formulations makes a difference. That multifunction approach. I want one thing that's going to do a multiple things. It really, really makes a difference when it comes to putting together the best regimen for your clients. You want to be able to give them the best of the best. You want to be able to offer them something that is clean and is not going to do any harm when it comes to their skin and their bodies. And you can see right here, this is a great example of that. So within the beauty industry, European standards have kind of always been like the best you could get, right? That means that certain ingredients are not allowed in the product formulations. And then there was Ulta Clean and there is Sephora Clean. And these are from these big mega mogul beauties companies, and they have their own set of standards. And you can see with NeoFiller over here, they don't even come close. So the standards of clean for Neora far surpasses anything else that you are going to find within this space. So when we say it's clean beauty, it's not a cute catchphrase. They actually mean it. And I want to just talk about this really, really quickly because it goes back to what I said about being innovative and sort of ahead of the trends. Um, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but Bidens pilosa is a plant-based retinol. And back in the 2020s is when this first came about. I personally can't use retinol. I suffered a severe retinol injury on my skin that is irreversible and it can't be treated or changed. And so for someone like me, that matters. And there's a lot of people who just can't use the product and they're looking for a more natural, holistic approach. And New York was way ahead of the curve on that. And that's the only reason that I really wanted to show you this. I'm not going to go into the specifics of that product, but I think it matters to know that you're aligning yourself with a company that's ahead of a trend makes a big, big difference. And it's the same thing when it comes to double cleansing, right? We hear about double cleansing all of the time. They were ahead of it and they developed an amazing double cleansing face wash that just does a fantastic job. And again, ahead of the market, not playing catch up. When it comes to the market, market analysis is crucial, and having a pulse of what's going on within the space makes a big, big difference. And right now, we're hearing a lot about Botox in a bottle. And what this is women are finding that they are can get these injectables right in office procedures. And they're realizing that for the longest time, when they got to a certain point in the aging process, that was the next step, right? It was in-office procedures, injectables, surgeries, things like that. So if you have a woman who's been taking great care of her skin her whole life, but of aging is still happening and she's not ready to make that jump into injectables, where does that leave her? Because we have these wrinkle filling serums and stuff like that, which only give a temporary effect. It is going to just kind of plump up the skin. Like a hyaluronic acid is an amazing, amazing ingredient and it can plump up the skin, but it just does it temporarily and it gives a sort of instant effect, but it doesn't give you a long lasting increase in the volume of the skin like a filler would. And not all women are wanting that or wanting that yet. And so they're finding themselves in this space between skincare and injectables. And up until now, there wasn't anything that lived in the gap. And in that gap, what we found through our research was this phenomenon of structural aging. And if you work in the aesthetics medical industry, then you are familiar with this. But to the layperson, structural aging is a concept that we've never heard about before. Right? The average woman, when it comes to aging, the focus is skincare. And so when someone talks about structural aging, they're kind of like, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? I use really good skincare. But the reality is that skincare isn't enough. Skincare only deals with the external dermal layers of the skin and it doesn't penetrate deep enough to really impact the fascia and the collagen and the muscles. Even the bones affect the way that our faces are aging. We're so focused on the skin that we forget that the face and the structure are what is really intensifying the signs of aging and all of those wrinkles. And so we see the hollowness under the eyes. We see a heaviness in the lids. We see these deep inset lines, those nasolabial folds. We see jowling occurring. We have expression, but when we stop making the expression, that line seems to be hanging out even longer. And that is all structural aging. And so when you focus on skincare, you miss the mark on structural aging. And has officially arrived to injectables, and it actually trains your skin to plump up itself in just 30 seconds a day. So it gives you a natural lift where you are never frozen. You truly look like yourself, and it is a one of a kind product. When I mentioned innovation, this is the kind of innovation that I am talking about. And this right here that I'm showing you is why that innovation can't be touched. As I mentioned, Neora, very, very science driven, right? And so in this industry, patents exist in tons of different things. But when it comes in the beauty space, people will license out patents. When you have a patent on a product, it means that you have to prove that it works. It's not a theory, it's not a concept. It is a proven thing that it actually does what you say it's going to do. And then when you own that patent, it means that nobody else can get that same technology. They can't mirror it, they can't copy it, nothing like that. Neora owns the patents on the ingredients that make NeoFiller so incredibly effective. And so for someone that offers and shares this products to her clients, this means that this can never be duplicated. This is the first and only product that clinically is proven to address structural aging. Yes, this is skincare, but it is so much more because it is changing the structure of your face with these key ingredients here. So first off, we have this GFP stem blend, and this is growth factor peptides. Peptides, we're hearing about peptides everywhere, but this has a plant cells technology, and what this one does is this actually activates the facial muscles. This is like a workout for your face. This penetrates deep enough into the face that it causes micro contractions of those muscles. So when we work out a muscle, what does it do? It lifts, it gets bigger. And so as our faces are dropping, it's because those muscles are getting smaller. And so if we have a way to exercise them with micro contractions, we see toxins because when you're using a neurotoxin and those muscles can get smaller over time. So this is not only going to lengthen the time in between your injector appointments, but it's going to ensure that those muscles stay activated so you don't get any of that dragging, drooping, that minute falling of that of your face. You are able to minimize all of that with this. Next up, we have the biofill blend, and this uses bioactive particles, and this is the one that's really going to restore the contours and the volume in your face. As we get older, everything drops, and so we just look flat, right? And so this gives us back the contour, the tightening of the jawline. This is also going to plump things up because it restores the lost volume. So remember, I said we get that movement in the forehead, but the lines don't stay. I don't have a line on my forehead. I have full movement of my face, but I don't have lines that hang around. I don't have the residual effect of the expression lines because that biofill blend plumps up those lines. In here, does the same thing, plumps everything up so it fills your face back out. And then we have BioRenew 1223, and this is probably my favorite because I am a self-proclaimed collagen junkie. I love topical, I love ingestible collagens. It is the most abundant protein in our bodies, so it is crucial. This is a natural biostimulator and it increases collagen production by 1,223%. There is a very popular injectable and it goes for around $1,000 a syringe, and it increases the collagen production anywhere from 60 to 70%. Guys, this is 1,223%. It is not $1,000. It does not have to be injected, and you can do it at home yourself. I mean, what could be better? So I'm going to go over a few slides now that really lean into the science. You can take a screenshot of this. We can send this to you after the fact if that is something that excites you and you want to learn more about this. This is something that is really great for anybody that is in the medical space, my doctors, my nurse practitioners, my estheticians, med spa owners, plastic surgeons. This is going to be great for you because this has all of the nitty gritty of these patented ingredients, and it has all of the clinical findings and the studies that go into it. And so this offers a whole other level of validity and credibility when we're talking about why this product works, the way that it works, and why something simply cannot be compared to it. So I'm just going to show these to you, and if you want them in an in-depth way, we can make sure you get that. But let's go look at these because this was the thing that made my heart go pitter patter. When I found out that this company is not just doing before and after pictures, they are doing third-party double-blind clinical trials. Big difference because we see tons of companies where you see before and afters, and a lot of time those are products that are gifted. I'm talking about like an influencer where you get a PR package and the influencer goes and talks about how great it is. They don't even use that product. They just got it for free and they're getting paid to talk about it. That's not what this is. Like even Amazon reviews. So many times we see that on Amazon where they're given the product and then they have to go leave a review. This isn't what's happening here. The double blind. So it means like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, right? So Neora doesn't know who is getting the product. Whoever got the product, they don't know what the product is supposed to do, and they don't know where it came from. Look at these results. Obviously, 2 hours, super impressive. Like you can put this on and some people notice it immediately. I have a client and he worked in a med spa and he called me. He's like, I don't understand this, Jamie. I just put this on and I feel like I can't move my forehead. I was like, well, that's a little bit extreme, but I'm here for it. Like, good for you. He received results very quickly, and it kind of like gave that same thing that like a neurotoxin would do. 4 weeks, great results. 8 weeks, excellent results. 12 weeks is where the magic happens with the NeoFiller because 100% of people saw results by 12 weeks. 100%. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Here's some of these people. This is actually only after 4 weeks. Look at this. Look at her eyes, the bags under the eyes. Do you know how hard it is to treat the under eye area to fill this out effectively? Because under eye area here, like filling that teardrop with a filler is so tricky. And then filler can migrate. We know that. And also, you're putting a needle by your eye. That's scary enough on its own. Her mouth, her forehead. Are you kidding me? In 4 weeks? Give me a break. And then we see results like this. Like, this is also another thing that I love because, like I said, I'm going to be 50 soon. So I don't want to see a 20-year-old using these products. Although I will say my 23-year-old daughter loves NeoFiller and she ran out of it. And she's like, Mama, do you think you could give me another pen? Because I ran out and I actually can see a difference. And I was like, okay, I like that. But look at this. This is a soft lifting through here. I would love to see her results after a full 12 weeks. This 12-week progression, unreal. Again, I said that eye area is so hard to treat. You can actually see a lift of that brow. It's absolutely phenomenal. And then these are my results. These are my 6 months results. I take progress photos all of the time because I'm almost a year into using this product now, and it just keeps getting better and better. But look at around my mouth, my nasolabial folds in here. You can see it a bit under my eye. I had some darkening under my eye. That's shadowing. That's because that structural aging and that deficit under the eye, it casts a shadow. The lift through my eyebrows, and I just want to show you, this is what it looks like when my eyebrows are lifted. I'm not raising my eyebrows in here. If I was raising my eyebrows, I would have the lines on my forehead. I do not. I do not. I'm not like trying to mask or hide or anything at all. Full transparency every step of the way. So that's some really great information on NeoFiller. This is the full face elixir. But here's the thing about the skin on our face versus the skin on our lips. They're different. We wouldn't or we shouldn't take our body moisturizer and use it on our face. They're formulated differently. They have to have different delivery systems because the skin is different, so the product absorbs differently. When it comes to our faces, our lips are a lot like that. We wouldn't take our lip balm and apply it to our entire face and expect great results. So why would we take our skincare product and apply it to our lips and expect it to also work there? It can't. That skin has a completely different architecture than the rest of the face. There is no oil glands. There is no hair follicles. Our lips are a constant movement. The skin is really, really thin on our lips. And we age on our lips, just like we have structural aging on our face. We have that on our lips as well. And it's just happening more and more over time. We lose projection, we lose volume, we even lose the color of our lips. We joke about like losing our pink as women. It happens, and it happens to our lips. It happens because we have that collagen decline, and that presents itself really, really quickly in our lips. Our lips are the fastest aging part of our face. And so that means that we need to treat them. We need to treat them differently because they age differently than the rest of our face. They flatten out, we lose the vermilion border. And I want to tell you, if you ever noticed that you put a lipstick on and it bleeds out, like you're getting those little lines here along the edges, and it's just like your lips blend into your face and your lipstick bleeds everywhere, that's not necessarily your lipstick's fault. That is structural aging. But I'm really excited to tell you that we can fix that because Neo Filler expanded with a lip treatment. So this is the Neo Filler lip treatment. And this again is going to contain patented technologies. But remember how I was saying that the skin on your face is different than the skin on your lips? So you need different ingredients. I want you to notice when it comes to these patented ingredients, biofill is actually the only one that is in both of these products because the body's chemistry requires different formulations for different parts of the face. Certain things are not going to be effective on certain parts of the face. So you can't just repackage a product for the lips without examining the ingredients and ensuring that they really do what we need them to do for that specific part of our face. So again, we have that biofill blend, and that's what gives us that filler effect. That's what's really plumping up the lips. Because remember, I told you that's what's plumping up the wrinkles, right? So that's what it's doing to the lips. It's giving back that volume. And then we have Phytoplump, which is a botanical blend of Bidens pilosa, which I mentioned earlier. It's a plant-based retinol alternative. And so this is going to help with collagen and restoring the elasticity, which is so important because our lips, the skin is very, very, very thin. Our lips get chapped. Our face doesn't really get chapped, not the same way that our lips do. And that Bidens pilosa helps with the cellular turnover and ensures that the elasticity is being maintained and restored on our lips as we're getting that cellular turnover. So incredibly crucial to healthy lips. A lot of clients that use this, if you are like a lip gloss junkie or you're constantly applying lip gloss throughout the day, that's not going to be the case when you start using this product. Marine Sculpt is a algae blend, a marine algae blend. It's got squalene and ceramides in it. This is what's going to restore the contour. So remember how I said that lip bleeding? This is what's going to rebuild that vermilion border and give you that long lasting definition to the lip. So this is going to restore that structure, that Cupid's bow, help with the projection of the lips. And really make a difference when it comes specifically, speaking as a makeup artist, to your lipstick application. Now, of course, with this, we saw 100% of users seeing results. We're gonna, of course, expect that same thing here, but here's the difference. It happened in 4 weeks. 4 weeks. So this is a very, very fast activating product. I'm almost out. I need to get more. You're going to be able to offer this to your client and they will see visible results very, very quickly. By 4 weeks, 100% of users saw results. 8 weeks, they just got better. And here are some of those results. You see people that have naturally full lips that get even fuller. And then you see people who don't. And, this is my girlfriend over here. I think she's on the next slide. Amber, and she's like, I never had full lips. And she has beautiful projection of the lips. And look at that length right there. Absolutely amazing. These ones are my lips. I didn't have bad lips to begin with, but my after, I'm going to take it. And that before and after was, I can't remember for sure, but it was less than 2 weeks. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. So this is the NeoFiller Face and Lip Contour Duo. One of my favorite things is that you can get this in a set, right? Because they work amazing together. You can get them separate, but you can also get them together. Together is always better. You're going to have built-in savings and all of that good stuff. This is going to train your skin and your lips to plump and fill themselves in one cohesive NeoFiller ecosystem. We've got those clean ingredients. We've got those patented ingredients. And this is what ensures that nobody else is ever going to be able to offer anything like this. These patented ingredients matter. They make a big difference. This is what sets this apart, and it ensures that that gap in structural aging between skincare and injectables is only going to be filled by the NeoFiller line. And that is really, really exciting. And again, why you're going to love it? Because it works, because it does what it says it's going to do. You're going to love it because whatever products you're using or your clients are using, this is a beautiful integration. This is a product that is going to ensure that your clients' results are just going to be better. So if you are aligned with a different brand right now, that brand doesn't have this product and they never will have that product. But you have the ability to share this with your clients, not necessarily as a replacement, but as something that is going to enhance their results. And that makes a big, big difference because sometimes we get so loyal to something we don't want to part ways with it, but it's not serving us in the way that we want to, right? Because as we know, skincare can only take us so far. We have to have structural care. They have to have this or they're not going to see the results. If you are in the medical or the aesthetic space and you are offering these procedures to your clients, they need at-home care. This is going to be the thing that stands in the gap and ensures that the procedure that you're performing is truly giving them the absolute best results. And one of the things that really excites me about Neora is there are so many different pathways for us to get this to our clients. And if you're watching this and you're not interested in sharing this product with anybody, you just want it for yourself, there's a beautiful customer program. It's really, really easy. You buy the products, they get shipped right to you. Super, super simple. Everything does come with a 60-day money back guarantee as well. So you can move forward in full confidence and start integrating this into your regimen immediately. And you're going to love your results. Take lots of pictures. If you're sitting there and you're like, yes, this makes sense for me to offer this to my clients, there are several ways that you can do that. Nowadays, the influencer market has exploded. We have a true partnership with TikTok. We are on TikTok Shop. So if you are an affiliate over on TikTok selling there, you are able to sell this as a brand partner through the TikTok affiliate program. If you are operating on Instagram, on Facebook, Pinterest, on YouTube, and you want to be able to offer this to your audience there, great. We have a full influencer program. You can completely do it that way. If you are wanting to share this in a more traditional network marketing, direct sales, belly to belly, that traditional model where you want to make $500 a month or you want to make $5,000, $10,000 a month, we have a pathway for that. And then if you are my medical professional, we deal with tons of retail locations. Even if you're a boutique owner, I have a lot of boutiques that love to put this right on their cash wrap with a couple of before and after pictures because the price point is just unreal on this. And it is such a great, easy add-on because the results are so quickly. And hello, it's our lips. Like everybody loves that. But there is a whole uh there's a simple, easy, clean structure for you to get these products with a true wholesale program. So we're not taking a square peg and fitting it into a round hole. Each of these is designed to meet the needs of however you want to serve your audience. If you are a retail location, a medical location, we have that pathway for you. If you are a traditional network marketer, and you want to build a business and share it with others, we've got you covered there. If you are an influencer and you want to stick to that pathway, Neora has you covered. I absolutely love that. Again, it's not taking a square peg, fitting it into a round hole. It's not pretending to be something that it's not. That speaks to the integrity. So I want to thank you for watching this. I want to thank you for taking the time and learning a little bit more. Whatever pathway you choose, whether you're ready to get started as a customer, whether you are ready to offer this to your patients, or you are ready to start sharing this with your audience, we are ready to help you with that. You can rest assured that you will have access to all of the resources and training materials that you could possibly need, and you will never be alone. And so, thank you again. So appreciate you tuning in. So appreciate you taking the time. Be sure to